Shimmy, shimmy, let's get it, baby. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I am your host, Dr. Kojo, and we're here tonight talking about a couple of things that every autistic person will experience, in my opinion. Now, I'm only the expert here, but who knows? These could be factually incorrect. I highly doubt that. But these are 8 things every autistic individual experiences. And if you are on the spectrum, or if you know somebody on the spectrum, or if you want to learn about the condition, this is a good live stream to tune into. So we're going to have fun here. We're streaming live on Monday because this is a travel week for me. So I have to be on 4 or 5 different planes, which can be kind of scary if you look at what's going on in the news. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed, send our prayers up to God, and do what we have to do. So travel week. So we're going to do the 2 live streams on Monday and Tuesday of this week instead of Tuesday and Thursday like we normally do. So go ahead, get the likes up, use the share button to send this to somebody who could benefit from it. And let's get this live stream kicked off by letting me know what your name is if I can't already see it and where you're checking in from. All right. So what your name is, where you're checking in from. Let's go ahead and get it. Megan on TikTok says, my daughter was misdiagnosed last month. There is so much to learn, Megan. There is a lot to learn. And guess what? You're in the right place, Mickey Ficky. You're in the right place. We're talking about autism tonight. And Leilani, good to see you. I do have my glasses on. I'm feeling pretty smart today. So I got my Ray-Ban Meta glasses on. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling funky. I'm feeling great. We have Ann checking in from Orlando. Ann, glad to have you here. Rio from Cali, of course, Leilani from New York City. Simi's first time over here. Shannon from Georgia. Okay, that's awesome. AB therapy, I mean, it's up in the air. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it's a case-by-case thing. You can have 2 kids on the spectrum. One could benefit from it, and one may not derive all that much value from it. Corpus Christi, Texas in the house. New Caney, Texas in the house. Speaking of Texas, Texas is going to be where we kick off the big neurodivergent comedy world tour. We kick off in just a couple of weeks from now. I think 3.5 weeks. It's about time. April 26th, Houston, Texas. All jokes aside, comedy club. Tickets have been selling great. It's going to be a packed house. I think the capacity is like 150. We've sold over 100 tickets. We're looking to sell this show out. After that, we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, my hometown, May 31st at the Zany's Lab. So the big comedy neurodivergent world tour is upon us. We're almost there. Just a couple of weeks away from kicking off in Houston, Texas. And if you're in the Houston area, the Katy area, Woodlands, if you're in the area, you might be just stopping by at a nearby Buc-ee's. Come through. I want to see you at the Houston show. So that's going to be April 26th at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. For more information, hit the link in the bio, and then I will see y'all there. If you're not in Texas, the next month we're going to be in Tennessee, May 31st, Zany's Lab. The first show in Tennessee looks like it might sell out. And if that's the case, we're going to add a second show in Nashville, which would make me very happy considering that Nashville is my hometown and I'm coming back home. So Houston, April 26th, Nashville, Tennessee, May 31st, potentially 2 shows. So potentially a doubleheader in Nashville, which would be super fun. The next month, June 11th, New York City, New York, June 11th. That's going to be on a Thursday, a New York Thursday nighter. Then the next week is going to be a Chicago Thursday nighter at the Comedy Bar in Chicago, Illinois. So I can't wait to see you all there. Kat says she'll be at the show in Nashville. Can't wait to see you there. Tickets are located. The link is in the bio. And Elliot on TikTok is asking about the LA area. So Elliot, LA is home for me. I have a show on April the 10th at the Fourth Wall Comedy Club in Hollywood. Those links normally come out closer to showtime. And if you click the link in my bio and you're in the California area, I will be doing stand-up at the Clippers game before the game starts. So before your Los Angeles Clippers take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, I will be doing stand-up comedy for 15 minutes straight live at Court B at Intuit Dome. So if you're in LA, 2 chances to see me, and then we do the monthly shows in California every month. We may do it every other month with me being on the road, but California is the best place to see me. So for those of y'all who are in California, that's the information there. And for those of y'all who are in Texas, I can't wait to see you in Houston. There's going to be a room full of neurodivergence. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And that's one of the biggest issues. And we'll talk about that here in this live stream with 8 things every autistic individual experiences. But the loneliness, my goodness, the people who don't understand you. What's better than being in a room with other neurodivergent people? A comedy club full of neurospicy folks? That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. And we'll be in Houston at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. All Jokes Aside Comedy Club in Houston. Houston's an hour away from Houston, so you might have to put it in your GPS and figure out how far you are from it. And of course, I'll be talking about autism and ADHD and neurodivergence and dating. I'll be talking about my life at the comedy shows. Oh yeah, you have to find the humor in this, or else you won't make it. You gotta find the humor in all of this. This stuff is comical. It's funny how this stuff works. There's a lot of humor that you can find, and if you're able to look at it from that perspective, it won't be as isolating and depressing. Let me get my list here. Yeah. Okay. I do have 8 things. Got it. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what's going to be, Elliot. It's going to be a neurospicy party. It really will be a neurospicy party. Cheryl on TikTok. Dallas was one of the shows I had to cancel last year. When I burnt out, I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with it, but I burnt out last year and I had to cancel a couple of shows, including one in Atlanta, one in Houston, and one in Dallas. So I told myself that when my energy picks back up and I have the capacity to go back on the road, we will start off in Houston. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm keeping my word. We are going to start off in Houston this year, and I've been doing my best to take care of myself. Taking care of yourself is a full-time job, but I've been doing my best to take care of myself because, I mean, if you're neurospicy and you're on this live stream, you know how difficult it is just to take care of yourself. Now, this is not even including your parents or kids or job. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot. So some of these comments are funny. You look like you pull hello girls. I do, but then they realize that I'm neurospicy. And they're like, damn, this guy's too obsessed with work. He's not going to spend no time with me. He wants to be in front of his computer. Houston, April 26th, Houston, Texas. We will come to Austin. We're going to come all around Texas, but Houston, April 26th is when we kick off things. The big neurodivergent comedy world tour starts off. Houston, Texas, April the 26th. So with that being said, let me talk about our live stream. Okay, the live stream is 8 things every autistic person experiences. Now, if you're 11 years old, okay, would you have experienced all these things? Maybe not. Okay, but if not, you will experience these things at some point. I do believe that there are certain experiences that are, unique to neurodivergent individuals. But if you have autism, if you have ADHD, if you have some of these conditions, certain things you just can't opt out of. It's just going to be there. And Elliot, it's funny you mentioned this. I've been thinking about this neurodivergent dating app, and I went on a deep dive with my assistant one day, and we were looking into apps like this. So this is a passion project for me. I'm not gonna lie, it's a passion project for me. But I'm invested into the idea of a neurodivergent dating app because people ask the wrong questions on first dates. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite scene out of The Waterboy? Well, I guess maybe only I asked that question. But what's your favorite color? What do you like to do for fun? You need to figure out what your values are and what that person's values are and if they align. And then you also have to figure out what are the things that you hate and what do they hate. What do you really like and what do they really like? How's their brain work? How's your brain work? How do you deal with sensory overload? How do you deal with being understimulated? overstimulated, hyperfixated. These are the things that we need to be talking about when it comes to dating. But you know, we don't account for that. But a neurodivergent individual is very different from somebody who is not, neurodivergent. You're going to need visual cues. You're going to need some type of external support. So that dating app, it is a passion project. And Goose on TikTok says that a neurodivergent dating app exists. I don't know anything about that dating app. I don't know. I mean, maybe it exists already. I don't know too much about dating apps in general. I prefer to meet, my ladies in person, but the world that we live in, dating apps are a necessary evil. Whether we like it or not, they are a necessary evil. And first dates can really suck. But if you're walking into a situation with more context on the person, I think it'd be better. Because why do I have to leave the house and show up at the coffee shop for an hour and a half to figure out if I like somebody? Or, I mean, go spend a lot of money on an expensive dinner. Like it shouldn't take that much for us to figure out if we like somebody. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that somebody already beat me to it. It's called Hikey. Is that a real thing? Hikey? Okay. Somebody beat me to it. I'm gonna have to look at this app right here. Hikey. Let me not get too sidetracked, but Hikey. Oh, what? No. Somebody beat me to it. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Somebody beat me to it. What? What? Friendship and love for ADHD, autistic, and neurodivergent community. Okay. Interesting. See, if the lady has like rainbow colors, so I'm not sure if that's their way of saying that it's LGBTQ friendly, or if that's the main theme of the app. I have no idea, but okay, all right, cool. So somebody made it. Thank you for educating me. Did not know that. Create a competing one. I think I can make a better one. I think I can make a better one. I really do. Oh, I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm not gonna let it stop me because I mean, like, I like to cut through the fat. Like, let's get to the hard hitting questions. Because any website can say, ready to take the next step in finding your partner, find out about Heike, our mission, our values. And look, I'm not talking down on them, but I'm just saying, like we want to cut through the fat. Give me an app where I don't have to pay extra money to uncover who is interested in me. Like, let it be straight up like, hey, I like Titans football. Do you like Titans football? I like getting 8 hours of sleep at night. Do you like getting 8 hours of sleep at night? Like, just make it straightforward, make it easy. Yeah, no small talk. Just cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. I might have to download this app and see what's going on. Go live and let single. No, so Elliot, I'm not sure if you were here a while back, but we did do this before. We've done live dating streams, but the issue was we didn't have a lot of guys, so it was mainly women who were interested in women. Like it wasn't a lot of guys for the women to choose from. So that might be my only flaw. Like I do have almost 6 million followers, so a large majority of them are women, like 70%. So that means 30% of 6 million. Still a lot of guys out there. Just the overwhelming majority, by and large, are women. So, Elliot, shoot, it's not gonna be slim pickings. It's gonna be Elliot versus the world. My goodness. But I definitely want to look into that. And Elliot, you're in Los Angeles as well? Okay, so dating in LA is very LA is not real world. It's a different world. Like like for those of us who are in LA. It's not real world, but people look good, so we like it. I'm single and ready-ish to mingle in Texas. Okay, look, hey, we may have to bring these live streams back. Not to get too sidetracked tonight, but we may have to bring these live streams back. The more I think about it, the more I think about it. I'm a music artist, so I get the LA thing. I hate it here. Yeah, Elliot, you can date artists and models for years, and nothing wrong with like pretty women or just anybody, but um sometimes in LA we can lack depth to a person, but we're really good at staying in shape, and we're really good at the aesthetics. So I mean that's a good start. That's a good start. That's a good start. Bring it back. You know what? Thinking about this, I think we will bring this back. I think we will bring this back. Actually, I'll talk to my assistant, and perhaps next week or so we can start to do the neurodivergent speed dating. But fellas better show up then. The fellas better show up then. Neurodivergent speed dating. So get your preferences in line. Figure out what you like. Don't come on the live stream and talk about, oh, I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Oh, you don't have time to figure out what you're looking for. Oh, I'm not sure about like I'm ready to mingle. You had time to think about it. You had time to think about if you're ready to mingle or not. Don't come and waste nobody's time. I mean, people out here, people are touch deprived. People are connection deprived. People out here want to shuck. People want to shuck. It's getting lonely and people want to shuck. So, my goodness. We'll see. We'll see. But I do have it here. Neurodivergent speed dating. Do not let me forget about that. Do not let me forget about that. But anyway, let me to get to the live stream today. The 8 things that every autistic individual will experience. All right. So number 1, let me put it in the chat right here. You will ask yourself this question. Why is this so hard for me, but easy for everyone else? All right. And this is things being harder. Things being harder. Oh, yeah. When you come on the speed dating live stream, yeah, have good lighting and be prepared. Like, make sure you come correct. All right. Make sure you come correct. All right. Number 1, 8 things every autistic individual experiences. Things being harder. Why is this so hard for me, but easy for everyone else? All right. And I'm not saying that it is easy for everybody else, but it's going to seem like things are harder for you. And it is a little harder, right? Now, how much harder, like that remains to be, discovered, but it is going to be harder for you. So the best way I can describe it is that you're going to have to manually do things that people do automatically. So let's just say go to bed at night. When you were a kid, you could just hop into bed. I'll just hop into bed. Now it's like, all right, in order to go to bed, first of all, I got to fight the insomnia. So I got to take my sleep aid. Then I got to brush my teeth and I got to floss. Then I have to put my retainers in. Then I have to make sure I set my alarm clock, because if I don't set my alarm clock, I could oversleep in the morning and I could get fired from my job. You have to think about all these things. It takes so much brain power to think about every single thing. Why is it so much harder for me, but it seems like it's easy for other people? Like Jasmine's saying, brushing your teeth, taking showers, getting the trash out. It seems like these are easy things for everybody to do, but a lot of us who are on the spectrum / ADHD deal with something called executive dysfunction, which means you'll be sitting there and you'll know what you need to do. But instead of doing what you know you need to do, you think about the fact that you're sitting down, watching yourself not do what you know you should be doing. And then you start to talk bad about yourself to yourself while you're sitting down there by yourself. Not a good way to build up self-esteem in somebody, but that's the reality for a lot of people. Things would be harder for you. And this is why I say every neurospicy person needs some type of external support. All right. So that's every neurodivergent person in the world. You need some type of external support. It doesn't always have to be a person. Maybe it's AI making your life easier at work. Maybe it is a person who watches your kids on the weekends. Maybe it's a friend of yours who can come over and body double help you clean your house. Maybe it's a housekeeper who comes and cleans the house and gives you a whole new look, and like that's one of the biggest things for me. I'll have a housekeeper come. She came, she cleaned the whole house today, but before that, it was looking awful. It was looking awful, but she restored my house. She restored my sense of self-esteem. I'm like, okay, this place is it's kempt now. Like it's nice. Like I can actually move around and I can like walk through and like not step in my clothes. This is good. This is really good. We all need some type of external support. Some type of external support. Carla, hope to see you at the show in Houston. Hope to see you. Hope to see you. Hope to see you. And a housekeeper. Now, so here's one thing that let me go ahead and plug in the school community. So I've been getting a lot of emails about people asking for more and more resources for neurodivergence. So we're creating a school community. I want this to be the world's biggest neurodivergent community where you can meet other neurodivergent individuals. You could talk amongst yourself, and I'm going to be putting my best tips and tricks in there. I'm not going to scale back on the content. I'm still going to deliver the content to y'all for free. But in this school community, I will get more and more personal about what I do, like what type of external support I have. I have a housekeeper in 2 different states. Like I need a lot of help. Is this too much? Like folding clothes, laundry is a lot. I have a lot of help. I have a lot of help. So between housekeepers or between assistants, sometimes I once had an assistant who it was her job to come into my place and wake me up every morning. Like waking me up every morning was something that I paid somebody good money to do. Your only job is to wake me up. You can't be ashamed of the help that you need. But in the school community, I plan to drop my best tips and tricks and strategies. But investing in a housekeeper is, if you can do it, do it. If not, then having a friend come over and y'all like watch movies or listen to music while you fold the clothes is going to be so. Those are the small things that make a big, big difference. And I've seen this discourse online where they talk about neurodivergent women need to like date somebody who has money or something like that. And I know what they were trying to say. It wasn't like a whole gold digger conversation. They weren't saying that women who have ADHD or autism need to be gold diggers. It's just saying that if you have these conditions, you're going to need some type of support. And if you have financial resources, it'll make your life so much easier, which is the case for everybody, but especially when you're neurodivergent. So if you ever, let's say, lifestyle creep, you have a job where, let's say you make $15 an hour. Now you're making $20 an hour. Our tendency is to take the extra money and then go buy like watches. Let me go get some more DoorDash. Let me go get like a new car or whatever. Those are all great things. But if you ever experience an increase in your income, I would go for things that can make your life easier before you start to get things that will make you look cooler to people. Like paying for convenience is so, and I've had issues in relationships where like I'll have to tell the girl, I'm like, hey, like, yeah, you want this bag or whatever. Like, yeah, when is your birthday? We'll revisit this and maybe you can get this. But why aren't we paying for the nonstop flight from Los Angeles to Orlando? Why did we have to connect in Las Vegas? Just getting to the airport on time is a miracle for me. Like we need to take the simplest path. And she didn't get it. And she's not an evil person, but for her, she likes things more. So she'll take a connecting flight and to have nicer things on her. I like nice things too. If I had an unlimited budget, I would get nice things and convenience. But knowing the person that I am, I always go for convenience. I always go for convenience. And if you can do that, if you're neurospicy and you can go for convenience, it will make your life a lot easier. A lot easier. All right, number 2. The second thing every neurodivergent or every autistic person experiences: replaying conversations like game film. But before I get to that, let me click this right here because I can really relate to this. Carla says, like the new bed we got delivered and set up today. I absolutely paid for them to deliver, set up, and haul the old one off. Worth it. I could talk about this for hours. After the age of 25, you stop helping your friends move. Now, if it's like an easy move, okay, I'm gonna come over and help you out. But at a certain point, you're like, hey, you have to move in 4 months. Let's come up with a budget. Let's save some money and like let's get movers or let's get people to help us with the installation of things. Because if Carla, now look, Carla's holding what was that? Like a cat. She's holding a pet. So clearly, Carla is a woman of strength. She got some strength, and if she wanted to move the bed with her friends, like 2 or 3 women, they can move a bed, and you can get the job done. But it'll make your life so much simpler if you just pay somebody to install the new bed, take away the old one. Now you sleep in your new bed tonight. Now that's a luxury that not everybody can do, but man, that feels so good. Man, that feels so good. Sometimes neurodivergent women make a lot of money. Use your talents wisely. And Heather, that can definitely be you. It can definitely be you. And Olivia, I agree. Less connected flights is less stress. You always take nonstop if you can. You always. Second thing every autistic individual experiences: replaying conversations like game film. All right. So there are some people out there who will come back from a party, or they'll come back from a work event or somewhere where they had to be social, and they'll think about the event and they'll smile and then they'll go about their day and they won't think about it again. And then for the rest of us, we come back home or even on the drive home, you're asking yourself questions like, was that too awkward? Or was I making eye contact for too long? I know I said something weird because when I said that one thing, people had this confused look on their face, like I wasn't supposed to say that. It looks like people were happy that I was there, but people were a little uncomfortable because of how I was talking. You replay the conversations in your head. And this is how you learn to mask, actually. You learn to mask because you watch yourself and you watch how people interact with you and you see what you say that makes people feel good about themselves or feel good about you. And then you do more of that. And then whatever you do or you've done that was a little weird or off-putting, you tell yourself that you never want to do that again because you're like, okay, this is just too much. Like the way they were looking at me, I know that I was weird. So I'll never talk about this topic again. And like Jasmine is saying, you can replay scenes from years back in your head. And I think we're pretty harsh on ourselves. It is helpful to observe, be mindful of your behavior, because sometimes we can do things that make people feel uncomfortable and we don't know it. For example, if you're too close to somebody, like if you're talking to somebody and you're up this close, right? It could kind of throw them off. Like they could be a little uncomfortable. So if you're talking this close and people are kind of like, thrown off by it, then you just kind of like, just back up a little bit. Like Fat Joe, lean back, just lean back a little bit. And just be mindful of how you move in space around other people. But you don't have to change up your whole style because somebody thought you were weird. Look, Jessica, she can take it. She's like, back up. It's too much. I was all up in her face, and Jessica's like, you know what? I need some space. You're all up in my phone right now. So it is good to be mindful of how we come across to people, but I find that we're a little too critical of ourselves, and we replay conversations and we watch it like it's game film, almost like you're looking for moments of validation. You're looking for when you were the most smooth. You're looking for what worked. And then when you find what works, you keep repeating that. Which, look, if you do this long enough, you'll forget who you are, or you'll realize that you never knew who you were. Oh, is that too deep for a Monday or what? Is that too deep for a Monday? And then Italiana says on TikTok, what makes you go close to someone's face? I was just giving an example. I don't think that the average autistic person is this close to somebody. I'm just giving an example. Because I've been in situations where I'm talking to somebody socially and they're all up on me. And every now and then, like, if it's too much, I'll just like take like a little step back. Now, if it's too much, like I'll say something like, hey, hey, my guy, like, let me get some space. But for the most part, I don't think that happens too often. Too often. And oversharing, like Allison says, if you overshare a lot, it can lead to a lot of shame. And then you tell yourself that you can't leave the house anymore because people no longer have to question about you. You lost your mysterious vibe because you said too much, oversharing, over explaining, that sort of thing. On TikTok, someone says, do you ever have a feeling walking down the street that you're in a movie? Like you feel like you're in a movie? Yeah, I had that feeling sometimes. And courageously on TikTok says, most people get too close to me. Okay. And if you're okay with them being that close to you, then cool. But if you're not, then you might want to say something. Yeah, I did realize people pleasing does make you not realize who you are at times. Right. People pleasing, which is something that is done in order to make friends with people, in order to be more relatable. It can come at a cost, because whenever you're people pleasing, you never think about pleasing the most important person, which is yourself. Isn't that funny? How are you a people pleaser, but you think about pleasing everybody but yourself? You are a people pleaser, but you're not a yourself pleaser. You should be a yourself pleaser as well. You should please, if you're gonna please people, at least do something to make yourself happy. And we are at the 30-minute mark. It's time for the magic word before I get this water, which I could really use. And sometimes when I am walking on the street, I do hear my own theme music. I do. I make up all kinds of scenarios in my head. Like I really have a lot of just superhero type things going on in my head, which is kind of weird. But big cheers, y'all. Big cheers. Big cheers. Time to get some water. I'm serious. Like if you're watching home, get some water because you probably are dehydrated right now. I may or may not be dehydrated. I'll let y'all guess at home. Denise said, take it to the Denise, I'm weak. That's funny. So we all drink water the same way? Right. I mean, like, it gets the water in fast. It gets the water in fast. And Beauty is her name on TikTok. Yes, Adderall does make you forget. And if you're taking ADHD medications, like I tell my patients, please get you a good big breakfast, because once your appetite is stifled for the day, you might not have the desire to eat until you become extremely hungry. And at that point is at that point you're hangry. Ooh, now number 3 right here. Definitely, this is definitely one. Saying the wrong thing without knowing why. And this has to do with social rules, Nobody explained. Social rules that nobody explained. All right. So if you catch yourself saying the wrong thing without knowing why, that's one thing that every autistic individual will experience. Okay. And the way that you realize that you said the wrong thing is by looking at people's reactions to you. And Elliot, I'm a fan of the Nello Super Calm Powder. I'm a big fan of Nello. Big fan of Nello. In fact, I need to order some more at the TikTok shop. But I'm a big fan of it. But saying the wrong thing without knowing why. All right. So one, and this is one of my biggest issues. If you are the autistic person in your circle, okay, or in your family, keep in mind you're not the only one. You're just the only one that's diagnosed, right? You might experience this thing to where there's a topic or there's an elephant in the room that everybody is avoiding, and it's so dang obvious. Like you can see it, and you're so confused as to why people can't see it. It's the obvious thing that people are not calling out. You might walk into a room and say, guys, like, don't y'all see the problem here? The problem is that we've been doing this backwards the whole time, and we're not hitting our marks. Like, we're working on the things that don't matter, and the most important things, the priority, nobody's addressing it. And everybody at work is not going to be upset with you because you said the wrong thing without knowing why. You addressed the elephant in the room. And to you, it's common sense. You're like, I know I'm not the only one who doesn't see this. This makes no sense. Like, people can't see this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But people can't see it sometimes. And when you speak up and you call it the elephant in the room, it makes a lot of people upset. It makes a lot of, like, you could lose your job over it. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to know when to speak and when not to speak. And that's one of my biggest issues. I have to say, I struggle with that. Like, I am not the person to invite to the, I'm not the person to invite to the family table during Thanksgiving. Don't ask me about something that makes common sense. Like, don't ask me about anything that is just like painfully obvious. I'll tell you what I think, what I feel like is the right answer, but that can get you in trouble. Laura on TikTok says, I've been totally ostracized over speaking the truth. I did that at work and I got in trouble. Now, guys, look, let's be real over here. Like Emily said, sometimes people cannot handle the truth. There's a time and a place for the truth. I hate to say it, but there's a time and a place for the truth. This is one of the harder things to realize, that you don't have to keep it real all the time. In fact, keeping it real can make people really upset with you. So sometimes you have to peep things and you have to leave it alone, which is very difficult. You peep it, observe it. Okay, cool. All right, I see what's going on here. And then the hard part starts. How do you zip your mouth? Like, can you stuff your mouth with potato chips or toilet paper, or like tape? You have to keep quiet, because sometimes you can be punished for telling the truth. You can lose your job for telling the truth. And all the other people, all the liars got to keep their job. There's a time and place for the truth. Christina says, I was laid off because of that. Yeah, guys, there's a time and place for the truth. And look, I think I gave this example in the video where I was talking about tact. Let's say you are at a funeral for somebody that your significant other knows, right? Your partner, they knew somebody that passed away. You're at a funeral, okay? If somebody in the area smells very bad, that's not the time to say, damn, somebody smells really bad here. No, like, we all smell that somebody is really, like, they're dealing with a lot of body odor issues. Something is funky here, but we don't know who it is or what it is. That's not the time to say it, because there's a funeral, people are sad. Maybe when you get back to the house, you can point it out to your partner, but there's a time and place. So sometimes we have to learn spatial awareness. Like, okay, sometimes we can say what's up, Other times you need to look around and see who's in the area. Just kind of scope things out. Now, if you're at this funeral and somebody smells bad, but it's you and your partner and nobody is there, then you can be like, "Hey, babe, like something smells here," and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, like something's really funky, but we'll just go to the car. We'll grab a mask, like we'll keep it G, keep it G." But there are times when you're not supposed to say the truth, and that's really difficult to explain to kids, right? Like, and look, if you have a kid on the spectrum, they'll ask you questions that you don't have answers for, and you'll have to sit there and squeeze your brain and try and come up with a response. But there are times when you should hold up on the truth because it can get you in trouble. And in the words of the great Future, the rapper, the truth gonna hurt you. Ooh, the truth gonna hurt you. I'm out of water. What mixtape was that? It was songs at least 15 years old. I didn't want to lie to you, but the truth gonna hurt you. Future could be neurodivergent. I'm just saying, the truth will hurt you. So you and look, that's the thing about kids. Kids can get away with saying the truth because people are like, "Oh, that's just Tommy." Now, thankfully, Tommy said the thing that people were afraid to say. But as a kid, it's like, people are like, "Oh, is this a kid? Like, whatever. Like, they're so silly." But no, the kid said the one thing that the adults were too afraid to say, or you didn't want to, be penalized for speaking your truth. So sometimes you have to, you gotta hold it in. Laura says she works at a middle school. Oh, that's tough because middle school boys don't take showers. I think I took a shower like once or twice a week in middle school. And like it was only because my mom forced me to do it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to take a shower in middle school. All right, the fourth thing right here: loving routine but struggling to keep it up due to life. Due to life. And Jessica's been dropping some gems today. I had this same exact thought a couple of weeks ago. I was listening to the song Mask Off, and I'm like, you know what? Future is definitely neurodivergent. He might be autistic now. Hey, let's talk about it because what do we know about Future? He loves hard. He loves hard. It's hard for him to get over relationships. I think he's like single. He's always going from this woman to that woman to that woman, and then he expresses his pain in the music. We can make an argument that Future is neurospicy, and the song "Mask Off" gives it away. Mask off. He's telling people to unmask. Hey, I think he's neurospicy. I think he's neurospicy. He's definitely part of the family for sure. He's definitely part of the family for sure. But loving routine, but also struggling to keep it up due to life. So one thing that really helps to regulate you as a person with autism is routine. Same thing every day, same time, same way. Let's get it. So whatever you did today, hopefully you woke up at the same time. You did the same thing in the morning. You probably ate the same thing for breakfast because you have a taste for a very specific thing. You'll keep eating that same thing until you no longer have taste for it. You take the same route to work, come home, take your clothes off the same way. You take your pants off, then you take your shirt off. You go take a shower. You go watch your favorite movie, your favorite comfort show. Then we wake up tomorrow, we do it all over again. Same thing, same manner, same routine, same way. It helps to regulate you. Now, everybody would do better with a routine, but autistic individuals swear by routines. And when they're thrown off, it can lead to a lot of frustration, a lot of mood swings, a lot of anger. But sometimes life makes it hard for you to keep your routine like fixed. Because guess what? In life, sometimes you have to do something for your kids, Sometimes you have to go out of your way to help out family. Sometimes you have to stay a little bit later at work to finish up a project that you've been procrastinating on. So now you left work an hour and a half later. So you come home and your routine is thrown off and now you're pissed off. So sometimes you take out the anger on your person and you feel bad about it afterwards because you didn't mean to. Like you're not a bad person. You just had a really long Tuesday and now you got into an argument when you came home, or you could be understimulated and you're looking for dopamine, and as a result, you start an argument. Not because you were really angry, but you need somebody to give you something. Like I need something from somebody at some point. So you start an argument. So life makes it hard for us to keep our routines up, but the routines are what makes us feel good. So I think for every autistic individual, it's good to have a playbook for what to do when you get thrown off your square. Because life is going to throw you curveballs. If if every time we step into the batter's box of life, we got fastballs right down the middle, we'd be good. But unfortunately, that's not how things are. Unfortunately. And thank you for the super chats, Posh Pearl and Daisy. Thank you for the super sticker, the super chats. Let me read what Posh Pearl says. The amount of paper I've gone through for to-do lists is probably criminal. I try so hard, but it only lasts for so long despite my efforts, despite my best efforts. Yeah, so to-do lists, and look, there could be some undiagnosed ADHD here as well, but these to-do lists, it's best to make them in pencil. Like I wouldn't make them in pen. Like I wouldn't like write it down and say I have to abide by this. No, like I wouldn't do all that, because sometimes you plan for something and you wake up and you no longer want to do it, or you plan for it and it makes sense to do something in a different way. But these to-do lists, you don't have to swear by it all the way, but if you have a general similar cadence to how you do most things, it can make you feel better. Really good super chat. I appreciate that. Ooh, this one right here. Number 5. Being told. Can I spell told? Being told you're too much or too sensitive. So those of us who are neurospicy, we are very sensitive, and that's just how we are. And there's nothing wrong with being sensitive, but sometimes people will use this to insult you. A lot of us will wear our emotions on our sleeves. Like we wear our heart on our sleeves. Like if we feel a certain type of way, it's difficult to not express that. On top of that, we feel emotions intensely. So when we're happy, we're pretty damn happy. When we're tired, we're really tired. When we're hungry, we're hungry. When we're hangry, we're hangry. When we're angry, we're angry. When we're sad, we get super low, like bed rotting low. I haven't brushed my teeth. I haven't taken a shower. I've been in bed and it's still 4:30 p.m. and the sun is no longer up. Type depressed. Like low. Even though I'm talking about. And if this is the case, the last thing that we need is somebody who tries to make us feel bad for being too much or too sensitive. At the same time, you want somebody who holds you accountable. So it's like a balance you have to find. Because if you have people around you and they're not pushing you, then okay, like I need you to push me, like hold me to a certain standard. At the same time, when I'm having an off day or an off week or an off month or even an off year, should I say an off year? Give me some grace, because I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. And I think it's hardest with your family. Like your family is the hardest to really please. And that's why it hurts so much. Because if let's take Paige, for example. If somebody that Paige met, like a loose friend, is like, quit being so dramatic, you're like, you can't even talk to me like that. Like, I'll cut you off. All right, cool, whatever. I don't have to talk to you. But the way it's your own mom, it's like, damn, like when it's your own mom, it's like you want to keep your mom in your life if you can, or like your brother or your cousin. You're like, damn, like I hate to beef with you, but those are the people that sometimes give it to us the hardest. You know, it really does suck. It really, really does suck sometimes. Um, anybody can get it. No, look, you have to have this mentality. You have to, because you can't let people walk all over you. So the same way that somebody's going to hold you accountable and hold you to a high standard, they have to be able to give you grace. And once again, going back to the topic of neurodivergent people and dating, you cannot be neurodivergent and just date anybody. Like, you can't get away with that. You're gonna need somebody who, of course, holds you to a high standard, but they have grace and they can extend that grace to you when you need it. Somebody who's not judgmental, or to take it a step further, somebody who doesn't get caught up in the trap of contempt. Because if you look at what kills relationships, the number one killer of relationships is actually contempt. A lot of people would think it's cheating, or an emotional affair, or your person went to go shuck with somebody else. No, the number one killer of relationships is contempt. It's when you look at your partner and you look at them as if they're beneath you, like, like I'm really with this person. Like, I'm really with this dirty person. Like, damn, like, ugh. Like, if you look at your partner, you go, ugh, y'all are in trouble. Or if they look at you and they go, ugh, yeah, you can set your watch. Let me put this watch on so I can set it. You can set your watch. It's just a matter of time before the relationship goes away. That's how you know that your relationship is going to fail. And it may not fail now. It might be over now and like officially end in 2 years from now. But the moment you go down that trap of contempt, where you look at your partner as if they're beneath you or vice versa, yeah, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's very difficult to come back from that. It's very difficult to come back from that. So if the person is like, if they're not saying it, but you know that they look at you like you're less than human because you haven't taken a shower, or like you haven't brushed your teeth, or like you can't get out of bed, oh yeah, it's over. It's over. It's over. And look, it can take you 56 years old. I'm 56 years to understand. And Emily, I'm sorry that it took so long, but those people who get diagnosed later in life, you don't actually know who you are until your late 30s or your 40s. It's very difficult to know who you are if you haven't been yourself the whole time, because you've been a different version of yourself, probably close to who you are, but you had to mask to get a job. You had to mask to keep your job, right? If you mask to get your job, you have to mask to keep the job. If you mask to get to the relationship, you have to mask to stay in the relationship. If you mask to get some friends, you got to keep doing that to continue having friends. So you built a whole life based off of a version similar to you, not really you, but it's like it's you-ish, right? It's not really you, but it's you-ish. It's you adjacent, and it gets the job done. But when you say no longer, and you're gonna like work towards becoming as you can be, then that's when you rip off the band-aid sometimes, and you can deal with that pain. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult. It's tough. Even while raising my children so they can be a better version of you. Right. And this is why it's helpful to talk to your kids about some of the things that you're struggling with. Because, and look, I'm just going to tell you right now, like whenever my parents, this is kind of rare, but whenever they sit down and like they have a real talk with me and they're talking about actual things that have gone on in their lives and they're not just talking in code, I'm always all ears. My grandma does it more than my parents, but whenever the older generation wants to sit down with the kids and they keep it 100% real, you will have their undivided attention. And I know the attention spans right now are this short. Nobody has attention span, but as a parent, if you're talking to your child and you're vulnerable and you're shooting straight from the hip, oh, guess what? They will have all the attention in the world. I promise you, because that's some stuff that they're going to want to hear. They're going to really want to hear it. And Jen, yeah, relationships are hard. And look, relationships are work too. Like, you can't get into a relationship and think that's going to be easy. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to work a little bit. It is another job. So you have to ask yourself, do I have the capacity for a part-time job? All right. Now, this one right here, feeling socially behind, even if you appear to be successful. Now, this one right here, I know some people are going to feel this one. 8 things every autistic person experiences. Number 6, feeling socially behind, even if you appear to be successful. This is tough. And Missing Raptor, this is live. If you're watching this right now, 7:10 California time, 10:10 East Coast time, it's live. We're live right now. And on TikTok, somebody says, I am 39 and I feel socially behind. So the funniest thing about this is that you can't be behind on anything when you're running your own race, right? So if you have carved out a path for yourself, you can't be behind. There's no such thing as being behind. But the issue is we're looking at other people, all right? We're looking at other people, and then we compare who we know ourselves to be with what you think other people are doing, if that makes sense, right? So other people's representatives, people make it seem like they have it all figured out, and maybe they do. Like, who knows? Maybe some of the people who have it all figured out, or who appear to have it all figured out, do have it figured out, but the majority, by and large, don't. But if you're looking at other people thinking that you should be at a certain spot and then you're not there, then you're going to be sad. Feeling socially behind, even if you have a big boy job, big girl job, regardless of whatever it is, you might feel like you're socially behind because you're just a late bloomer. It took you a longer time to get the joke. It took you a longer time to get your job. It took you a long time to get through school. It took you a longer time to figure out how things are in the dating game. Like, you entered into the dating market with a genuine heart, not knowing that you're not supposed to do that. People just ripping your heart to shreds. So you have to learn things, just trial and error. So a lot of us are going to be late bloomers, especially if you're diagnosed in your 30s or your 40s. No adult left behind. That's funny. That's hilarious, Lavina. No adult left behind. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. And Mel B on TikTok says, I mentally feel 10 or 15 years behind maturity-wise sometimes. I feel that way a lot of times too. And Bruce says, more often than not, I kind of feel like a kid in a trench coat pretending. Ooh, Bruce. Ooh, I like this one right here. Yeah. And I feel this way many times. Like, I feel like the younger version of me, like, I feel like a kid that's doing a big boy job and everything. And I have to, like, snap out of it and remind myself that I'm an adult. Because you can't just, like, you can feel youthful, right? But you can't just go to the elementary school and start swinging on the swing. Like, they're going to call the cops on you. You can't just go to the nearest playground and go play. Like, no, it's going to be a little bit of a red flag. Me being my big age, swinging there by myself. You got to have some kids or a dog or something, But we do feel like we're a little bit behind. And I do think that, so Jessica took the words out of my mouth. Neurospicy people look youthful. So not only do we, like, feel mentally behind, but we also look pretty young. We look pretty young as well. Like, most neurospicy people look like 7, 8 years younger than how old they actually are. Like, you're getting older when you like to introduce yourself with your age. Like, now I'm like, oh, I'm 33. Chelsea, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And everybody in the community who feels this way, thank you so much. Ooh, I look for the adult in the room, then I realize it's me. I'm the adult. Ooh, 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 ooh. I feel that one. I feel that one. I masked for 28 years, pretty much. That's a long time to go without being yourself. 28 days is a long time. 28 years. Mickey Ficky. Yeah, Emily, it's hard to believe that you're 56, but like you said at the last live stream, we were all shocked. But then when you said that you're neurospicy, I think we get it. We're like, okay, because all neurospicy people, not all, but the majority, in my opinion, I feel look younger. Andres should be 13 next year. But I mean, that's funny. That's hilarious. Oh, this next one right here. This next one right here. Before I drop that one, let me click this. 38 years and still figuring out how to drop the mask. Look, if it took you 3 decades plus to learn how to become somebody else, it might take you a while to learn how to, to become yourself. So you got to be nice to yourself. Lilai, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And number 7, needing more time. And we'll probably go to 1 hour and 15 minutes today. I thought I was going to keep it at 45 minutes, but you know how I get. We get to talking. Need more time to process things, but not being given it. That looks weird, not receiving it. And this is alexithymia, emotional blindness, and delayed processing. And Posh Pros, thank you for super chat. I had no idea people play games when I finally hit the dating seat. My heart was completely trampled as I was figuring it out. Yeah, look, and I don't know how many of y'all are religious, but and I'm a Christian, but I'm also a Mickey 50, so like I don't always get it right. But there's a verse in the Bible that says, "Jealously guard your heart," and I swear by that verse. You gotta guard your heart. There's a lot of people out here who are hurt, looking to hurt people unintentionally, and sometimes intentionally, but most times it's unintentionally. So like date and go out there, have fun, go shuck, go do your thing, but you gotta jealously guard your heart. You need to jealously guard your heart because there are a lot of hurt people out there who are just hurting folks. So really guard your heart now. Guard your heart. And on TikTok, someone says neurotypical. And so before I get to this right here, not every neurotypical wants to intentionally hurt you. Okay. I don't believe that. I think that people in general are good people. I really do believe that. I don't think that people default to bad off the rip. However, when people refuse to process their own trauma, when they refuse to take care of themselves, then them neglecting their own mental health and not caring about how it affects you, is that intentionally hurting you? I mean, we can make an argument that it is, or maybe it isn't, but a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that they're hurting you, but they know that they're helping themselves. So there is a lot of selfishness to it. So you gotta guard your heart. You gotta guard your heart. You gotta guard your heart. You should not be out here just dating willy-nilly. Like, guard your heart now. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Number 7, needing more time to process things, but not receiving it. Look at me making a typo. All right, so not receiving it. I was so concerned with spelling the word receiving correctly that I did a typo. Not receiving it. All right, so if you need more time to process things, but you don't receive that time, that's an experience that I think every autistic individual will go through, because there's this concept of alexithymia, which is also known as emotional blindness. So it means that you don't know what you feel in the moment, but you might know what you feel later on, right? So people will ask you questions like, how do you feel today? Or like, how have you been doing? All right, so first of all, I don't know how I feel at the moment, but maybe in 2 days, I'll know how I felt. Like, I don't know how I feel about this situation that you're asking me, but if you give me some time, give me like the end of the week, I might know how I feel. But people don't normally give you the time to figure out how you feel. They need their answers right now. How do you feel about this situation? How do you feel about this? These people divorcing. How do you feel about this right here? How do you feel about this world issue? I don't know. Let me get time to review all the evidence. Let me get some time to think about it and sit and ponder and figure out what I feel. I don't. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know. And like Denise said, especially under pressure. Like, why do we have to give answers in real time for like big questions too? Like, people will ask you big questions. Like, oh, at 18, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what college are you gonna go to? Like, what are you gonna major in? I don't know. I'm 18. I don't know. They'll expect for you to know these big things and to give an answer right away. It's almost as if you want the fast answer as opposed to wanting an accurate answer. There's not a lot of emphasis placed on receiving an accurate answer. It's just like, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now. I need it now. So what happens is we end up either lying or saying something that we don't truly believe in because we're being put under pressure to answer some big questions. Like, why would you put me on the spot? Especially in front of other people too. Like, sometimes people play some games that are funny. Why would you put me on the spot and ask me this big question? Like, I remember there's been times when I've been dating a girl and I'm at, let's say, her family's house, and it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving, and they're like, Kojo, so when are you gonna propose? When are you gonna pop the question? Like y'all been dating for a year now. I'm like, I don't have any money. You need money to marry women. Like, I don't have it. I'm still in school. I don't have money. I didn't say that, but I'm like, oh, like, the things have been going on. I don't have any money. I'm not thinking about marrying your daughter because I don't have any money. I'm still in school. Let me get through school first. I don't have any money. Why are you asking me this question in front of everybody? So now, if I can't deliver on this promise, I'm the bad person. I just don't have any money. I'm in school. Let me get out of school. Let me pay out these credit cards. Let me think first. I don't have any money. Why are you asking me this question? But people will ask you those questions, and they'll ask it in front of other people, and you're supposed to know exactly what to say. And it's not a good practice to get into because then you won't give your most authentic responses. And I'm not sure if people want the authentic responses. Most times they don't. Because when people ask you how your day was, they don't want you to actually tell them how your day was. They want you to say fine. Oh, it was good. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're not supposed to tell them how your day actually was. Like, oh no, I had a flat tire, and then I tried to get oil change, but the line was too long, so I couldn't go anywhere. And it was just like I went to CVS and I tried to pick up my medications, and they're like, oh, you have to wait 3 more days before you can pick up your Adderall. And then I felt like I was a drug. They don't want to know how your actual day was. You're just supposed to say fine, and then they say fine, and then you keep it moving, and then you smile. And then you go to your therapist, and then you tell your therapist how your day was, but you're not supposed to tell actual people how your day was. So if you struggle with emotional blindness, also known as alexithymia, and then you also process things a little bit later than most people, it means that you will give your best responses after you've had some time to think about certain things. This one right here, this has got me in trouble in a lot of relationships. And this is another social. This is a skit right here. Jessica, you unlocked something in my brain. This is a skit right here. This is a skit right here. Because I feel so strongly about this. Man, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a skit right here. Do you miss me? No, I don't miss you. You were just gone for 2 days. Have I ever been in like a newish relationship, right? And your person leaves for a little bit, and they come back, they're like, did you miss me? You have to. The only answer that you can say is yes. You can't you can't say the truth. Like, I was gone. I went to Florida. Did you miss me? No, I was playing NCAA and I was playing Madden and I was playing Grand Theft Auto with the boys. I won a Super Bowl and I won a national championship, and I got to play loud music at the house all day. I got to stay up until 2 a.m. and I got to join a PlayStation party with all the guys, and we're laughing and we're talking about all the, like, no, I didn't miss you. Do I love you? Yes, I love you. I love you. I'm happy you're back home. But no, I didn't miss you. I was having a good time. I was having a great time. And ladies, I love y'all, but we're not allowed to have a good time without y'all. So we have to be like, oh no, babe, like, oh my goodness, like when I went to bed and there was nobody next to me, I was just like, damn, this is where my baby normally sleeps, and I'm so happy you're home now. So now I'm not gonna play video games. I'm so happy you're home. Thank you. What was I gonna do without you? What was I gonna do without you in my life? Thank you for coming back home, babe. Thank you so much. You want me to lie? I had a good time. And Aaron on TikTok says, not just the ladies. I feel this. I love my alone time. And look, I've never been on the other side of this. So, Aaron, respectfully, if I go, if I go on tour, I go to Houston, I go to Nashville, I go to New York City, I go to Chicago. I'm going all around. I'm doing my comedy, and I come back home, and I'm talking to my old lady, and I'm like, "Did you miss me?" And she says, "No." I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna be a little hurt. So it does go both ways. I'm gonna be like, "You didn't miss me? Like what? Like you didn't think about me? Like the whole time I was like FaceTiming, you didn't miss me?" But maybe she was playing with, her girlfriends, and maybe she was catching up on Love Island or something like that. Like, like, it's okay. But we feel compelled to say, "Oh, I missed you so much." No, I didn't. I was having a good time. I was having a great time. And sometimes, like, I've been in situations where she'll say, "Did you miss me? How bad did you miss me?" Not a lot. Not a lot, you know. Or sometimes, sometimes I'll be dating a girl and she'll ask me if I missed her as she's like getting undressed for the night. I'm like, well, you know what? On second thought, I missed you a lot. I missed you a lot. I couldn't stop thinking about you. Uh, I'm so happy you're home. I missed you. Like, don't ever leave again. Don't ever leave. Like, you're not allowed to leave my sight because you are my sweetheart of all sweethearts. Oh yeah. No, you missed the Make It Ficky. Yeah, I'm like, you know, depending on when you ask me if I missed you, you're gonna get a different response. Don't be undressing for the night and calling it a night and ask me if I missed you. Yes, I missed you, and I'm gonna throw away my PlayStation. I'm throwing away my PlayStation. I'm selling my PlayStation so I can buy you a nice watch. That's how much I missed you. That's how much I missed you. Anything for the Make It Ficky. Anything for the shucking. Bree from the USA, nice to meet you. Anything for the shucky. The shucking. The good old shucking, Elliot. You know about it. The good old shucking. Of course, sweetheart, I missed you. Yeah, I missed you. And I'll help you unsnap your bra with one hand. You don't need two hands. A week. A week. Mickey Ficky, shucking bucket. Mickey Ficky. The good old Mickey Ficky. Look, Mickey Ficky saves relationships. It saves, and sometimes that's it. I think Chris Rock said that. He said that the way you keep a relationship alive is to travel and shuck. You gotta travel and shuck. If you're arguing is because you're not traveling enough, or you're not shucking enough. So you got travel and shuck. All right, and the eighth thing that every autistic person experiences is burnout from trying to be someone else. burnout for trying to be someone else. Okay. And I don't think that you're trying to be someone else on purpose, but every now and then, once again, envy. Like envy gets us every single time. And Chelsea, I would love to come to Australia. I got Australia in my mind, Chelsea. I would love to come out there. But envy is what gets us every single time. We're doing fine until we see somebody else who is like they appear to be having more fun than us, or they seem to have a better system. And sometimes we forget that we are who we are. And if you forget that, oh, I'm neurodivergent, I need this type of help, I need this type of support, is you're gonna burn out. Like I said, the quickest way to burn out is to listen to advice that's meant for neurotypical people. When they say, "Oh, you're not able to get your stuff done," go buy another planner. You have the wrong planner. No, don't get that planner. Get this planner that has like the dates that are like with big words. Your planner has like small words. Like you need a better planner. I already got 8 planners. No, just get the other planner. Get the other planner. Like that's gonna work. Get the other planner, and then you'll be able to focus. Or just focus. Just focus, bro. Just take your Adderall and focus. You already have the medication. Why are you complaining? Sometimes you take the medications and you focus on the wrong thing. Sometimes you take the meds and they don't hit like they normally hit. Just focus. Like you're complaining too much. You're too sensitive. Like you're always complaining about how bright the lights are, or like I can't take you anywhere because you're always complaining about the noise. I need my headphones. I need my earbuds. Like imagine going to an event and you go with like the earbuds, right? So that way you can block out the noise. And then your person's like, no, take it out. Like, what's the point of coming to the concert if you can't experience it? Like, you have to experience the full thing. No, I'm keeping these in because I need these. Like, this is how I do things. But because people are doing it one way, you're like, you know what? All right, fine. Whatever. I'll just take out the earbuds. I don't need it. You're going to burn yourself out because you're not like them. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. Leah, good to see you in the chat. You cannot listen to people who don't have the same type of brain. Well, I mean, you can listen to them, but don't take it as the end all be all. It works for them. And like people, it's hard to get this through to people when you tell them that something doesn't work for you. When something works for them, they'll be so convinced that it works for them, so it's going to work for you. So they'll say, oh, no, like this is how it works. No, that's how it works for you, but it's not how it works for me. I don't work well. Oh, you have to be a morning person. Like, no, like you have to wake up at 5 a.m. And like, if you're not waking up, no, like I do my best work at night. My best ideas come to me between the hours of 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Now, will I stay up late like that every night? No, but that's where my best ideas come to me. So the best writing sessions will happen for me between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. But if you try to force me to wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., no. You're going to burn out trying to be like other people. And the more you become confident in your own journey and you realize that what people are doing is just what works for them and what you do is what works for you, is when you start to be a lot more happier. And this can be difficult in families because like for some reason, families, people will think that because we share the same genes, we're supposed to do things the same way. And that couldn't be further from the truth. You trying to force me to do things the way you do it is making me sad. In fact, I'm not going to do this anymore because I just don't work this way. And sometimes people in the family can be undiagnosed and still feel like you have to do things a certain way. No, it just doesn't work for me like that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work for me like that. So no, I'm not going to do things like that. So you're going to burn out if you try to be somebody else. The best you can do is be yourself and just be the best version of yourself. And if you don't know what you like, you most definitely know what you don't like. And then you just work backwards. So everything that you don't like doing, do your best to avoid those things. You have to work backwards. No, I don't like doing this. No, no. I'm not gonna wake up at 4 a.m. and go to the gym with you. Now, the funny thing is, my morning workouts are so much better than my nighttime workouts. But like my best ideas come to me at night. My best my best jokes, my best writing sessions. I write all my books. I've written 2 books. I write them all at night. And this is just the brain that I have. If I was forced to write my books in the daytime, I would not have a single book. My best ideas come to me at night. People are not hitting me up, and like I can think clearly. Like my hours of deep focus are actually in the nighttime. So I mean, that's just one thing for me, but you have to know what works for you, and you have to just care a little bit less um, about what people think about you. And Laura's saying, "I'm so burnt out. I lost my creative spark. I want it back." Look, returning back to yourself, and like you know what you like. Like think about the earlier versions of you, like when you were younger. You were so unapologetic about the things that you enjoy doing and the things that you swore by, and then along the way you lost the fun. Like along the way we lost the spark. I don't know, something happened. We just lost the spark. Like you thought that your idea of what an adult looks like didn't fit with who you actually were, so you have to switch it up. You didn't have to, but you told yourself that you have to switch it up. So because of that, now you're a little unhappy. The way you do things is going to be different from other people, and that's going to have to be okay. It's going to have to be okay. And sometimes we have to compromise because sometimes we have to be up in the morning, sure. So we can't stay up all the time. But if you know that you work better a certain way, like it's important to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Just as I became a researcher at night, I want all the knowledge. No, like I'll be researching all kinds of wild things at night, like niche topics, and like I go into deep learning mode at night. It just works better for a lot of us. Now, if you have a job where you can't, do I still get 8 hours of sleep? Oh yeah, I still need 8 hours of sleep. Like when I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I start to crack. It's not good for me. It's not good for me. That's one thing about being in my 30s. I need to sleep. But if most jobs you can't sleep between the hours of 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. You have to be there 7 or 8, So like you have to make it work for you. Or even if you sleep at 11 o'clock, 11 to 7 is 8 hours, right? Just have to figure out what works best for you. But trying to be like other people is a quick way to burn out. Like I can't tell you exactly what you need to feel the best, but I can tell you exactly what you could do to make you feel your worst. I could reverse it around, and I can give you a playbook on how to feel really awful and bad, and how to feel more depressed. That's easy. Just do what other people do, and figure things out the hard way. Just because it doesn't work for other people, or just because like that thing doesn't work for you, doesn't mean that you should continue doing it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just let it be. Let it be. It doesn't work. Yeah. Second P. Robespierre. Do you have a suggestion for hobbies, or someone has a? Yeah. Look up your topic on AI and ask them to explain that topic to you as if you were a third grader, and tell them to structure it for you in a way that you're able to learn the best. That's what I do. Like, I mean, I'll Google every now and then, but I like to ask AI things, and I like to learn that way. I love learning. I still do like Wikipedia too. I love learning. Nick says, I find it overwhelming being outside, so much a process. I found photography about 6 months ago to give me something to focus on and block out all the noise. Nick, I love reading this. We need hobbies. We need something that you can do by yourself, for yourself, and you can do it with other people. But if you enjoy doing it alone, that's going to be great. I love electric. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna resume doing electric bike riding because I had 3 electric bikes actually. I had 3 of them, and I got them all in California, but somebody broke into my garage and stole all 3 of my electric bikes. And if you know anything about LA, it's not the best place to have bikes. People will steal your bikes. So I told myself that when eventually, if and when I leave Los Angeles, I'll, I'll buy some more electric bikes. But since then, I haven't been riding electric bikes, and I used to love doing that as a hobby. But now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to resume my electric bike tours. Like whenever I go to a new city, I Google Pedigo electric bike tour, and then I learn about the city by riding the electric bike through it. I did that so many times back in Virginia and in Georgia. So yeah, you have to have your hobbies. And Laura, I understand. Gotta get the 8 hours of sleep. We need hobbies as adults. We need hobbies. Love puzzles. Like the adults have to like. It's time for us to play once again. We need to play. We need to play. My inspiration explodes when I'm alone. Well, then you need more alone time to just think and to do your thing. Photography is the best. Okay, a couple of photographers in the house. But guys, we need hobbies, and we can't let people, tell us what hobbies we should and should have as adults. Because people will say that. They'll say, as a grown man, you should never. What you mean? I shouldn't. What do you mean? Nah. I need to do what I need to do. Playing Sims is my hobby. I unmask through them. Oh, okay. My hobbies come and go, and I always deep dive and then go overboard. Week. And I saw a comment that I wanted to highlight earlier. Went by fast. Jessica, I appreciate this. I appreciate this. I'm grateful for you as well. And I'm grateful for this community because we already have to pretend to be somebody in real life. Like we have to mask to get through the day. So what do we look like masking on a live stream? Nah, like just be who we are. Just be who we are. Riding horses, astrology, gardening, ballet classes, Legos, going to Nepal. Okay, traveling. Bike riding at night. Okay. Bike riding is therapeutic. And I mean, I will get some more bikes wherever I'm no longer in California, but I can still do the electric bike tours and I still will do them. I struggle balancing my indoor hobbies with being fresh air. I love being indoors. My car look abandoned on Amazon, everything is stay inside. Thank you for the super chat. And there's nothing wrong with being indoors, but we definitely have to have some time where we're outside. You're gonna get cabin fever being inside all the time. Or if you're gonna be indoors and you have like the little screen door where you can open up the window and get the fresh air, we need to inhale outside's air. When I went to Alaska for the first time, I got to see how beautiful the air. Of course, the air is a little bit fresher there, but we need to take in air. Even if you're inside the house, getting that fresh air inside, like that's what I do because I love being inside, but I force myself to go outside most days because I have to. Piano, Jesus, those are the hobbies. Okay. All right, so that's tonight's live stream. This is a really, really good live stream, y'all. A great live stream. We did the 8 things every autistic person will experience. And then tomorrow I plan on doing the 8 things every ADHD person will experience tomorrow. 8 things ADHD tomorrow. Once again, I appreciate this community. Like I thank y'all for this safe space because I'm tired of having to pretend like I'm not crazy. No, I want to let my hair down. I want to talk my mess. I'm a Mickey Ficky through and through, and I don't have to pretend to be anybody else around here. So I really appreciate appreciate y'all. And I did not pin the 8 list, the 8 things. So I'll just repeat it one more time for the people just now checking in. So the 8 things that every autistic person will experience. Number 1, the feeling of why is this so hard for me but easy for everyone else? Number 2, replaying conversations like game film. Number 3, saying the wrong thing without knowing why. Number 4, loving routine but struggling to keep it up because of life. Number 5, being told you're too much or too sensitive. Number 6, feeling socially behind even when you're successful. Number 7, needing more time to process things but not being given it. And then number 8, burnout from trying to be someone else. Those are the 8 things that we have. So, Mickey Ficky, Lauren, I'm happy you caught the live stream. And Jess, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And Jess, I feel lonely as well. Like I feel lonely often, and it's an experience and a feeling that I've come to, become accustomed to, and I don't let it, bring down the vibe of anything. So we just have to be validated by other people who are having similar experiences. So yeah, great live stream once again. The big Neurodivergent Comedy World Tour starts off in Houston, Texas on the 26th of April. The link is in the bio. And we'll be kicking things off in Houston at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. It's going to be a great time. The next month, we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee on May 31st at Zany's. We're looking to possibly add a second show in Nashville. So I'm very excited for that. Nashville's my hometown, so it's going to be a homecoming for me. The next month, we're going to be in New York City on June 11th. That's going to be a New York Thursday nighter. Then the next week, we'll be in Chicago, Illinois at the Comedy Bar. That's going to be in Chicago Thursday nighter as well. So those are the 4 dates that we have. We look to add more dates based off of these 4 shows. We're definitely going to add more shows throughout the year. And I can't wait to see you all. And I'm about to go let my dog pee. I'm about to pee as well. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 6 o'clock California time, 6-ish California time, which is 9-ish Atlanta time, which is 8-ish Nashville time and Houston time, which is 7-ish Phoenix, Arizona time, 6-ish Seattle time, 5-ish Alaska time, and 4-ish Hawaii time, and 2 a.m.-ish for my London and my UK boys and girls. So until tomorrow's live stream, I'll see y'all. Peace. Take care. I love y'all. Try and get some sleep. I will do the same as well. Peace.